We are also on Weibo. Please check us out for more great videos.
The Wizarding world just wasn't for them. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who turned down Harry Potter. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at leading actors who declined a role in the hugely successful Harry Potter film franchise. All of today's entries concern performers who walked away from a part that was offered to them, or whose agents declined a part on their behalf. So we're not counting actors who auditioned but were rejected, or anyone who ruled themselves out without being offered a role in the first place. Number 10, Cate Blanchett. Running from 1998 to 2001, the kids' TV series The Worst Witch put a magical school on the map before Hogwarts had scored the big screen treatment. In the show, Cate plays Miss Hardbroom, the deputy head and potions teacher at Miss Cackle's Academy for Witches.
Ruby Cherry Tree.
I don't want to know your name, girl. I want to know what that thing is in your ear.
It's nothing, miss. It's just,
And she clearly did a good job because she was offered a part at Rowling's Hogwarts for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, but she turned it down, feeling it was too similar to her existing Worst Witch role.
Modern witchcraft is a serious professional business, and not to be used for selfish and trivial ends.
Number 9, Ian McKellen.
You mean you could have been Dumbledore?
Well, sometimes when I see the posters of Mike Gambon, the actor who gloriously plays Dumbledore, I think sometimes it is me.
Following the death of Richard Harris after filming The Chamber of Secrets, the role of Dumbledore needed to be filled once again. And since Ian McKellen had played the long-bearded wise wizard Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings, he seemed like an obvious fit.
He played Dumbledore, of course, the wizard. I played the real wizard, but he was...
But McKellen quickly declined the offer, citing one reason in particular. Richard Harris had once reportedly described McKellen's acting as technically brilliant, but passionless. So Sir Ian said he could never take over from an actor who he knew didn't rate him.
I couldn't take over the part from an actor who I'd known didn't approve of.
Number 8, Kate Winslet. Winslet was reportedly first choice to play Helena Ravenclaw, but her agent supposedly rejected the part before she was even made aware of it.
It's hard to let go.
The Grey Lady has only a couple of scenes in Deathly Hallows Part 2, but she proves instrumental in the Battle of Hogwarts by helping Harry find one of the Horcruxes he needs. Of course, Kelly MacDonald more than makes the role her own, tapping into the character's nervy dilemma to deliver one of the final film's eeriest moments.
I know who he is! He defiled it with dark magic!
Number 7, Naomi Watts. Back in 2007, it was widely reported that Naomi Watts was bound for the Wizarding world, having signed up to play Narcissa Malfoy in The Half-Blood Prince. However, negotiations never got that far, because Watts is another who never actually knew about the part she was offered. Like Kate Winslet, it's rumoured that Watts has her agent to thank for rejecting the role on her behalf.
How is it that you always manage to find a new way to humiliate me?
To be fair, you make it really easy.
And seeing as the actress later admitted to wanting a role in the final Potter films, and because she never actually got one, we can only imagine how annoyed she was.
Christ, I felt like I would suffocate if I didn't have it.
Number 6, David Walliams. This comedian was left kicking himself after he said no to the prospect of playing Barty Crouch Jr. in The Goblet of Fire. The devoted Death Eater was ultimately played by David Tennant, but Walliams rejected the opportunity because A, the schedule clashed with the filming for Little Britain, and B, he didn't think the part was significant enough. With more Potter films to come, Walliams wanted a more prominent role as a Hogwarts professor. Clearly, that call never came. Number 5, Tilda Swinton. Having played the White Witch in the Chronicles of Narnia, Tilda Swinton's a dab hand at this magic malarkey, and she was initially offered a Harry Potter part to play Professor Trelawney, but she declined due to a scheduling conflict.
It's not about you.
But there may have been more behind her decision than she originally claimed, because in a 2016 interview with The Scott magazine, Swinton criticised the Potter series for romanticising boarding schools, which she described as a very cruel place to grow up. Number 4. Rosamund Pike. Having had her big break in James Bond in 2002, Pike is probably best known for her role in the 2014 thriller Gone Girl, but her career might have panned out differently had she agreed to play the Daily Prophet's Rita Skeeter in The Goblet of Fire. Pike has since said that she was originally put off by Skeeter's limited screen time and the prospect of having to commit to future Potter films. But she's also admitted to regretting her decision because it meant she missed out on the chance to work with director Mike Newell.
That's the real tragedy.
Number 3. Hugh Grant. It is difficult to imagine anyone other than Kenneth Branagh as the overbearing Professor Lockhart, Harry's second offence against the dark arts teacher.
And 5 times winner of which weekly's Most Charming Smile Award. But I don't talk about that.
But Hugh Grant actively sought out the part and initially accepted it before withdrawing to star alongside Sandra Bullock in the rom-com 2 Weeks Notice.
George, I think you're the most selfish human being on the planet.
That's just silly. Have you met everyone on the planet?
No, we don't understand that decision either. Chamber of Secrets director Christopher Columbus later denied that Grant had been considered, though Hugh had supposedly already started preparing for the role by dyeing his hair blonde.
Oh no. That is so inconvenient.
Number 2. Sean Connery. How very different these films could have been. Way back when Chris Columbus was casting for The Philosopher's Stone, he originally offered the role of Albus Dumbledore to the former Bond Sean Connery.
Bond. James Bond.
But Connery didn't understand the hype surrounding Harry and had no interest in signing up for what he considered a children's movie.
I must be dreaming.
The part eventually went to Richard Harris, of course, though even he rejected it at first. Supposedly, it was Harris's granddaughter who convinced him to change his mind, threatening to never speak to him again if he didn't.
That is one of my more brilliant ideas. And between you and me, that is saying something.
Number 1. Tim Roth.
I could see it was going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was going to be a massive thing.
And
but not in the way that I want to be known.
There are a few more crucial characters than Severus Snape, but Alan Rickman wasn't the first choice to play him. Tim Roth was. But he opted to focus on Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes instead.
And then Tim Burton came along with monkey acting.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes, 2001.
Like,
another one of my faves.
Yeah, another classic. So I was like, I want to do that. I want to play monkey.
And if you're struggling to see Roth in the role, then don't worry. The actor has said that he would have played the character very differently to the one we know.
And so I pulled out of the Harry Potter thing. I said, thank you, but I can't. I'll just go and be a monkey over here.
And while Roth reckons he would have welcomed the security of a 7-year job in hindsight, he has graciously suggested that Rickman was the better man for the job.
People will think you're up to something.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.